Hello there. Well, it's Sunday, August the 29th, and it's time for another video, eBay video. Did my first one last week, eBay video, posted it on YouTube, and only got 49 people watching it and three subscribers. So, hey, subscribers, good to see you out there. The purpose of this video is to help people that are interested in making extra income or even full income with eBay. It's a decision I've made to try it. And the reason I'm doing the video, well, the way I got where I'm at is watching the videos. There's a whole category on YouTube for eBay, and it's people that are eBay pickers. So if you want to join me, we're on a path. Today, wasn't really prepared to do a video, but it's the clock. And one of the first steps in getting anything going is to develop a routine that you work from. And so I guess it looks like Sundays are going to be my day to weekly progress. So this week's been kind of a good week overall for us. We deviated some from our planned daily listings. I filled the gap for the eBay algorithm with some Playboy magazine listings, which they're selling, by the way. So I'm going to continue with that because we got a big old house here full of stuff, junk. And the first step we've got to do is get organized with that, figure out what we can sell, what we can throw away, and basically get our act cleaned up. Those of you who know us know that Margaret's been sick really for 3 years. So she's neglected a lot of her household duties. Me working those night hours, being a night owl and a KJ, DJ, whatever you want to call it. A lot of things just we let them go. So we've got a lot of catching up to do, getting our house in order, and digging through our drawers, cleaning out our closets, and finding things we can list on eBay. That's always been the plan for eBay for us, but to make it a sustained income, as I said last week, we decided on clothes. And so we're doing that. Clothes are our main focus to get a daily income. And we did a picking this week. We went to resale shops and we picked up about 150 pieces of clothes, which I'll show you a little bit about how we handled that. The basic steps in eBay there's four things you have to do. One is sourcing. That's the items that you sell. The second is the photography, taking pictures of the things you have to sell. The third is making the listings, so that you have an accurate description of what you're selling. And the final one is fulfillment. One of the things of being organized that we've decided to do is use the tote system, or bin system. There's plenty of information about that from other resellers out there, but it seems like, the way you break down a big, gigantic task like we've got straightening things out is you set goals, which we've done, to get the supplementary income we need. We've set a goal that we need somewhere in the vicinity of between 1,000 and 2,000 active listings for the daily income to come in like we want it to. So the best way to break that down into daily tasks, we've decided is totes. My routine is to get up early in the morning and shoot photos, and I fill up a tote with clothes to post. That's what happens. Then Margaret and I jointly list those items, and then as we list them, they're really ready to ship, and we ship what we have to ship. And we figure that when we get straightened out here, we'll probably be working 2-3 hours a day on eBay, and that's all to be necessary to do what we want to do. But going back to, I've started a lot of businesses. One thing I found upstairs that we'll be digging through is a stamp collection. Well, I guess I've always thought of how to make a business out of anything I did. As a kid, I collected stamps. My dad collected stamps, and so did I. And so did my sister, and we had a stamp collections. Well, I found some of those stamps upstairs, so that'll be one of the things we're digging through to sell on eBay. But what I remember is it wasn't enough for us just to collect stamps. We set up a little approval stamp business, and we called it V&N Stamp Company. Couldn't have been more than 10 years old, 10 or 12 years old when that happened. So what's in it, what we've got around here is just remnants for a lot of things I've tried. As I said last week, had some successes, but had a lot of failures too, and you learn a lot from those failures. So we're going to share this path with you. And to me, this YouTube video is kind of like a reality show, and it's just where we are. And so the good news, Margaret's feeling really good compared to what she has the last 2 or 3 years, and she's getting the energy. She got more energy than I do now, and she's in there cleaning up rooms and pulling out closets and going through things we have, and I really enjoy seeing that. But that's caused us to put a little bit of pause on some of the listing things we're doing. So that's where we're at. So I'm learning to edit these videos. So the one that I produced today will be a chop with a lot of little shots I've done, and I don't know right now how it's going to turn out, but I'm sitting here in this chair in my den, and as soon as I turn this off, I'm going to do it on my phone. There's a video editor. I downloaded an app, and I'm going to use it to edit these videos and splice them together in some kind of semblance. And it'll be posted later today, and you can be looking at it. I will appreciate if you do like and share it and subscribe to the YouTube channel. My understanding about the YouTube is it takes a long time to get momentum going there with what we're doing. And, I may abandon it. Me, I'll try it for a while. If it works, I'll keep doing it. If it doesn't, I'll quit. But I'm overly confident that the eBay store is going to work out for the income we need and give us the lifestyle we need going forward. So just thanks for watching, and give me comments and let me know anything I can do to improve. Appreciate it.
We've had a good week. It's the idea is weekly here. The way it gives the information, I've got two orders that I sold last night that are waiting shipment this morning. Let's just look at those. One of them is a Playboy magazine, and one of them is this little tracker. So again, not a big deal, but I'll be printing shipping labels on these and shipping these just in a few minutes. I've been shipping daily to bring my rating up. And this week has been a good week as far if you measure it in terms of improvement, and that's the only way you can measure it. Let's go to performance here and see what it shows. Okay, this is in keeping. What you can expect to keep with eBay listings is about half of what you listed for. This shows the total sales include the taxes and include the shipping in them. Whether it's free shipping or whether you add the shipping, those numbers are included in your sales. And shipping, as I said before, is a big factor. You can't think like a brick and mortar store and be an online seller. And the other thing is shipping is really increasing in cost at a rapid rate. For the most part, I've made up my mind that most of my listings will be plus shipping, and the eBay system allows you to calculate your shipping based on the zip code and how far away it is. But in the past, let's see, these sales are, I believe that's a month, isn't it? Yeah, July 30th through October 29th, that's a full month sales. So the total sales for this past 30 days has been $782. Like I've said before, we're getting close to where we're about to get $100 a week coming in from this. And we're still in the organizational setup stage. That's why, I'm just going to show you what the numbers are. Our goal is to get this up to where it's over $1,000 a month in income. But it shows the taxes collected, and one good thing about eBay, they collect those taxes. It was $45.73. I never see them. They go ahead and take care of the taxes. The eBay fees on the $700 sales was $151.04. Roughly, that's a little over 20%. So that's for the cost of eBay. And then the shipping labels cost $207. So there was $207 in shipping, the net being $378.41. And that's pretty close what you expect. About half of what you listed for is what you wind up getting to keep. And that's been our performance for the past 30 days. Next week, we'll look at it again. And this week's been a fairly good week. As far as number of orders, it doesn't look like the dollars are very high, but the number of orders, let's see if it says how many. Yeah, well, the last 7 days, it's 274.78 in sales. So yeah, that's a big part of the 782. So it's been up some. The last 31 days, sales are up 44% for us compared to previous times. Last 90 days, it's a total of $2,008 in sales so far. This year was 2,092, so you can see we didn't sell much before I actually got active again. Payments, this was a good one here. Okay, so far this week, I think I said before, I elected to be paid weekly. When you get paid, they've already taken the taxes out and the eBay fees. So this is the amount after the taxes and eBay fees. The only thing that's coming out of this is the cost of the product and the shipping. So there's $89.72 processing. So that means we're going to be over $200 coming to us this week, which means by the rule of thumb, we're going to make about $100 this week out of the store. These ad fee additions here are extra fees that I agree to pay to have it listed with, really amounts to be on Google. It's called a boost or something, boost your living. A lot of my sales have come from that. To my surprise, I sold a lot of Playboys recently, and actually over here I can look at those. Yeah, here we go, recent transactions. This basically just is a rundown of what's been sold. Let's see, since last week, go down here to yeah, they transferred, last week they transferred $148 to me, was the payout. So since last week, these are the sales. There's a karaoke machine. I wound up getting $58.05 out of that, $64.95. And there's the ad fee, shows what that is. Sold let's see, how many we sold? Counting the karaoke machine, we sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So far this week we've sold 14 sales. Again, that's about 2 a day. Back to the other guideline number with around 300 and almost 400 listings, we should be doing about 4 a day. And so maybe it's been slow, I don't know, but those are the numbers. That's what it actually is. Probably be another sale or two before this closes out for the next week. So it's definitely going in the right direction. And a lot of it this week, we didn't concentrate as much on listing as we have in previous weeks. We're trying to get organized around here. Well, Margaret's going to kill me for this section of a video, but I get my point. We're in the process of getting organized around here, so we didn't list too much this week. We're pulling stuff out of drawers and closets and everywhere and getting it organized so that we can list it and sell it on eBay. This is the front room of our house, the living room, and it's a big room. Right now it's pretty well cluttered. You can see the totes down there. We're going to get organized in totes. The best way to take a big task like what we've got here is to break it down into manageable segments. And a tote seems to work pretty good just for that. What we have here are candles, 65 different candle scents made. Initially, I put them in these boxes because I had them. I'll be converting them into these plastic containers for permanent use, and it'll be easier to work with them that way. Right there's a shelf where we've got, right now, got the karaoke microphones stored. Of course, there's totes here, and more totes. With stuff in them. There's a Playboy magazine collection. In the process of listing those, and they're selling better than I thought they ever would. But what we do is when we list, an item, we put it in a poly bag ready to ship, and then we'll store it in totes over here. And that's working out pretty good. The 14 items, it takes very little time to actually pull an item and ship it. More totes over there. There's the candle making stuff. Back in the corner there's some more karaoke systems. More totes with things in them. The jewelry, we've got a bunch of jewelry right here that we'll be sorting through and getting organized so we can sell it. And this is kind of the shipping area here. It's cluttered right now with stuff too. But that's where we're at. We do the listing right here. There's a scale where we weigh everything. It has to be weighed. And there's the desk where we work from. And it's a mess. This room is a upstairs bedroom that's been closed off for actually years. We don't hardly use it. We didn't use it, and it's just full of stuff. And we're in the process of going through it, straightening it out. The steps in eBay is sourcing, and as you can see, one of our sources is right here. And then there's a balcony up here, which has also got storage, stuff stored. But I had to clear an area to take pictures. And so even though this room is messed up, this is where I'm taking the pictures. I've got these mannequins in here. And what we do is we take the clothes and hang them up, ready to photograph. And that's how we do it. Got the lights here, everything we need. It'll take a little time. It's a work in progress. Actually, when we go picking, we get the items ready to list downstairs, and I'm going down there in just a minute and show you what we do there. But there's totes. Those totes are all full of clothes. And again, Margaret's going to kill me for this video, but this is our den. It's a cluttered mess right now. Again, we're pulling stuff out. The clothes, when we go picking, the first step is we lay them out on this table right here and inspect them again, and then we put them in our dryer to get the wrinkles out, and then hang them up before we take the photographs. And that's what goes on right here. And this room is a spare bedroom we have that is turned into a clothes hamper. As you can see, those totes are all full of clothes. And this is a room where Margaret inspects them and gets them ready to photograph. And everything downstairs here is before we take it upstairs to photograph it. Well, this is one of the places where we go picking. It's a resale shop over in Bel Air. They have a special on where they have $1 red tag sale this week. Every week they have a different color for sale, and they have 50% on another color. So we're able to pick up some quality items for about $1 a piece. And so this week we picked up about 150 items in the places where we did go selling. Another thing we did this week in terms of sourcing is one of the listings, which I'll be showing you here in a minute, karaoke machine. We've actually sold 7 of the 10 we had, and so it looks like it's going to be a good one for repetitive sales. So I made a trip to one of the wholesalers over on Harwin, where well, here's one listing that's proved to be a success. It's a karaoke machine that I had from karaoke days. I first listed it in May, and to date I've sold 7 of those and only have 3 left. I started out with 10 of those and only have 3 left. So yesterday I made a trip over to the wholesaler where I obtained these to see if I could get more of them, because it looks like they're going to sell. The good thing about selling from a listing like this is when you have multiple sales from the same listing, the only time involved is the shipping. So your margins can be slimmer, and they will be. And as I've said before, really it's not the direction to go, but it's good to have a mix, and that's exactly what I've tried to do with this. Well, when I went to the wholesaler, they didn't have any more of these. I learned a lot about what's happening in China. Probably the reason these are selling is the shipping cost from China has increased to where the price on all these units has gone up. So it's probably at $64.95, a pretty good price on these. I still have a sufficient margin. But the idea of having listings that have multiple of the same thing to sell minimizes your time on the listing. And so, you have to look at eBay sales different than you do sales in a store any other way. The typical profit margin in a store is based on something different totally, and shipping is a big factor with eBay sales. The drawback to this type of sale is that the shipping on these is about $20. I listed it at $64.95 with free shipping, and faraway points, which seems to be where most of them sell, the shipping is around $20. And that's generally a drawback. Not making it a big profit item, but there is a profit in it. And I was seeking more of those units. Well, I couldn't find this exact one. I have another one which I bought from them yesterday, and we're going to do it as an experiment. And I'm going to move to it and tell you more about it. Okay, this is a listing I just put up this morning. It's a little smaller karaoke unit. Again, the problem with this type of thing is the shipping, and small is better as far as shipping. Where the other unit I had weighs 8 pounds, this one weighs 2 pounds. And I'm going to experiment with this a little bit. I did my research, and I'll show you that in a minute, what I came up with. But I decided to have a competitive advantage. I'm going to be high in the price, although this same unit is listed on Amazon Prime at $38.95 with free shipping. And so they sell in this price range. On eBay, there's the same unit as this one is selling for about $25.99 free shipping. And it's 100% sell-through, which means the guy is selling all of them that he lists. And there's only really 3 sellers selling this unit. So it's not the best, but not the worst of situations. And, I have an interest in maintaining a relationship with some of these wholesalers on Harwin. And the idea is that finding some things that you can sell multiple of the same unit. What I did here different, I didn't use the stock photos, so it doesn't look exactly like the others that are for sale on eBay. These are photos I took this morning, and these are actually photos of the actual unit. I played with it last night to understand it and assure myself that the quality was there for what the price is. It's worth $36.95. These are the controls, and I'll show you the listings I'm competing with. The microphone is included, and it's also I put a good description. Tells all the stats of the unit, and also some suggestions. I had a hard time figuring out how to work the volume, but I figured it out. And you push the little arrow keys and hold them in, and it changes the volume. And then apparently the microphone, the only volume you have for the sound is the volume on your phone for the track, and then you can change the volume of the unit to get your mix right. There's effects automatically from the mic, and so for a home karaoke unit that's just for fun, it works great. The sound of this little 4-inch speaker is comparable to much bigger speakers a few years ago, and it's a good value, a good home unit. Hopefully it'll sell. So I want to show you how it compared with the other units. The one that he's been selling these for $25.99. He doesn't mention that it's got an FM radio, and he doesn't use the word karaoke. And he only has one photo, and it's of the box. So, but he's been selling them. According to this, he's sold 38 of them and has more than 10 available. So he's obviously a wholesaler selling direct on eBay, which is one of the reasons a lot of these kind of products are hard to really profit on. But having said all that, I'm going to try an experiment. Now the research on this unit, okay, this shows you, here's that unit there, the $25.99. He sold 5 of them in the past 30 days. And I believe the thing itself said he sold 38 total. But in the past 30 days, there's been 5 of them sold. And you can tell that from information. Okay, so he's the only one selling that unit, and it does show that he had he sold a 5. He's got free shipping, his sell-through rate is 33 1/3%. So of those listed, a third of them sold, and he was the one seller that sold them. So apparently he's got 10 more of them. That's the information. I probably should have done that before I bought them, but my interest more was trying to maintain a relationship with a wholesaler at this point. A lot of items over there are imported. The way these wholesalers import these items here in Houston on Harlan Street, where they have them, they bring this stuff in a full container at a time. I mean, I've seen them. They have a warehouse, and when they buy these products, they buy a whole shipping container full of them. And so their prices are low. The only way you can compete in this market is really be in a position to do that. I'm not, so I won't. But occasionally, some items, I'll find them, and they'll sell. I'm in the karaoke, so that's what I'm doing.
Well, an important factor in any business endeavor is to have a plan. Developing a plan also means setting goals. And our goal, Margaret and our goal in this endeavor, is to create a sustainable, ongoing, consistent income we can depend on a regular basis. So the question comes up, well, you've got all that stuff in your house, why are you going out and buying more clothes to sell? Well, that's the answer to that is really simple. We know that in time we can sell the things we have here in the house, but we need something that we can only source on a regular basis and then resell within a reasonable time. And that's the reason we chose clothes. Houston is a good source for buying used clothes in resale shops, we think. The reason we continue to do it, and we do it weekly, is to reinforce the plan that goes on. The last thing we want to do is get a bunch of stuff going on eBay and sell it and then get to the end of the road and not have anything to sell. So that's the reason for that. So with that said, if you're thinking about doing eBay, and you might ask yourself, well, how much money does it take? Actually, it takes no money. There's a guy on YouTube now that he's one of the super sellers, I guess, and he constantly talks about how great he's doing, but he started a new store and for the purpose of showing how you could start one with no money, and he's been doing that about a month, and he's excelled our sales in his first month. That's from knowing what you put in and the things he listed. There's no set way, no perfect way, no this is the way you do it to any of this. It's all your own way of doing things. It's all what you want to do. It's all fitting it into your lifestyle. For Margaret and I, we see down the road, we see being able to go out and pick and find things that are fun and interesting to look for, put them on eBay and sell them, and then the money comes in. That's payday for us is going to be Tuesday, and that's our goal. So, having said that, part of what this video is going to show you is three ways that we source. There's basically two kinds of listings you make. One is the one of a kind listing, which used clothes are, and the other is when you have an item that sells and you keep selling the same item over and over again as repetitive sales. That's like the karaoke microphones and some of the other things we're selling. A mix of those two is really what makes the best combination. For selling clothes, the research, we're still in the formative stages there, but at this point, we feel it takes about 10 minutes per item to get it listed on eBay and sold. That's 10 minutes of time that it takes. And when you think, well, you go buy something for $1 and you sell it for 15, you're ripping people off. No. It's a service. I mean, the way you have to look at selling used clothes is, when you go picking for clothes to sell, you're not really bound by size or something you like. What you're really looking for is the condition of an item, and can you sell it? Is it resellable? The more you do it, I'm sure the more you learn. I already see the results from picking better because we find out where clothes wear, and what we do is we pick it, bring it home, inspect it. We inspect it 3 times before we list it. And if it's got a flaw or anything like that, we discard it and then really donate it back is what we're doing. Because we're finding right now in Houston, there's plenty of low-cost clothes to buy. So that's what we're doing there. The other method is like the karaoke machines, and I've got one on this video here. It's an experiment to see if it'll sell. It's an item that if it'll sell, it'll just keep on selling. The little one karaoke machine there is one that we had that is selling, and we'll be out of them pretty soon, so I'm looking for something to replace that. Typically, in my way of thinking, higher dollar items are good to do that with. If they're slow sellers and higher dollars, they'll pull your average up. Right now, our average sale is about $15. And which means, back to the same rule of thumb, that means if we list it for $15, that means we're going to get about $750 out of it. And that has to include, the $750 includes the cost of the item. So if we're paying $1 for an item and we get $750, that's still a good profit margin. And part of the way you determine this is you do it with, it goes back as a printer. Actually, in my life, I own, I think, 6 different printing companies. And printing is a service. You print on a piece of paper. Well, what you have to do to determine the price of printing is estimate how long it takes to do certain physical tasks. And really, picking and reselling is kind of that way. We continue to pick because we want to see how many items we can get in a fixed amount of time. This past week, we picked for about 3 hours and got about 150 items. So, approximately a minute an item is what it takes to find the item. Then we have to pre-look at it. We have to get it ready, prep it, get it ready to photograph and take a picture of it, and then we have to list it. And combined, all of those tasks take about 10 minutes per item, and that's how we arrive at that. Well, at 10 minutes an item, that's if you make $10 an item, that's $60 an hour. If it's $5 an item you make, it's $30 an hour. So, at this point, we don't really know exactly where it is, but we will, and that's how you look at it. And with our goal fairly low of $1,000 a month, if we $30 an hour, if we can do that, 3 hours a day, that's $90 a day. I mean, we're above that goal right there. And so, while we have a goal that's modest, it's very achievable, and we're not limited to that. The other goal is not to be married to the business. Now, starting out, I'm sure what we'll do is go great guns. It's kind of like the story, airplane, when you throttle back when it gets in the air, but when you're getting off the ground, you go full blast to get off the ground, and then once you're up and flying, you throttle back a little bit. And so that's our goal. We're going to get this thing started, and once it's rolling, 2-3 hours a day, we should be able to maintain the business on a sustained basis, and that's our goal. So, well, that's it for this video. It's a little choppy. Maybe it doesn't make too much sense. If you like it and tell me you like it. If you think any improvements, be sure and tell me, and like and share and subscribe to the video. That'll help a lot. We'll do one every week, progress. It's going to be like a reality show, and I'll get better at the videos, and you'll see our eBay business grow. And I really thank you if you've watched it to the end. I really appreciate it.